All right, man. Welcome back. This time we're gonna be doing a lyrical analysis on this band. This band is a Mexican rock band out of Monterrey, Nuevo León. They're called Panda. Funny story: in 2011, I was in a rock band myself, a Spanish rock band. We were called Veret at the time, and they happened to came to the Rio Grande Valley in June or July. I don't remember the date of 2011. I believe it was 2011, if not 2013, one of those years. And we got to open up for them. We got to meet them backstage and got to shake the hands of the bandmates and stuff. We're really big fans at the time, and so the drummer had actually hooked that up. He reached out to the drummer Cruz and through Twitter, and they set it up, and they let us open up. It was a lot of fun. It was awesome, right? To meet your heroes, right, if you will. Um, this song is in Spanish, so I'm gonna try my best to translate what it is that the artist is saying here. The person who writes this song is the lead singer, of course. His name is Jose Madero, right? And so we're gonna do a lyrical analysis. We're taking on this perspective that we're as if we're in an art exhibit looking at paintings. I tell you what it is that I see without Googling what the song is about or without asking the artist what the song is about or what was the inspiration behind the writing. And I'm going to try to see if we can pick up on any biblical or Christian themes in this song here, right? And so, right off the bat, this song is called La Noche de la Mesa Triste, which translates to the the night of the sad table. And there's something that does come to mind. It's the Last Supper, that table scene, that night, right? When Jesus is with his disciples and he tells them what's going to happen, right? So right off the bat, just for what the title is, it for me it's up to now. It's shaping up to be a perspective up to that point, right? Maybe Jesus' perspective, maybe one of the disciples' perspectives, um, from that table scene, right? That Last Supper, right? And so, like I said, we're gonna be looking at the lyrics. I'm gonna try, like I said, I'm gonna try my best to translate. And actually, I should do. Let me see. Hang on. Let me pull up the lyrics in English and Spanish on this other side. And so we're gonna be looking at the song, analyzing the lyrics, see if we can pick up, like I said, on any Christian themes. We respect each other's opinions, like I say. And so let's begin, man. Let's start this off. Here we go.
Chance alguna vez revele mi secreto, pero prefiero que se quede ajeno a oídos la curiosidad que tienes por saberlo. No lo entiendo, deja que el secreto pudra.
All right, so up to there, he's saying, going back into the lyrics. I'm gonna come back a little bit here. Where is it? Where does he begin? Hang on. So right here, he starts and he's saying, "I already revealed my secret once," um, and then he says, "But I prefer that it remains unknown to everyone," and that would be right here. And he says, "The curiosity that you have to know it," right, and that's right here. La curiosidad, right? That you would have to know it. I don't understand it. Let the secret rot. So that's what he says. So right over here, he says that you have to know it. I don't understand it. Let the secret rot. Right. And so up to now, right, it's like it would be just that. Jesus, up to that point, he had been saying, right, the Son of Man has to go through many things. I will be. Nobody takes my life. I give it out of my own volition, right? And I have the right to take it back up. This commandment is from my Father, right? All these things, right? And then the disciples are always asked, who is he talking about? What does he mean? Where is he going? Why can we not follow, right? And so there's all these questions that the disciples have, right? So for me, it's like up to here, it's like that's what he's saying. The disciples like, I've already revealed my secret once, right? Now, not just once, but he had revealed it a bunch of times with the miracles that he had done and everything else, right? And he would still tell people like, just don't tell the others, right? Don't tell other people. And so right here, right up to now, for me, this is where this is going, right? Let's continue this song here.
Deja que el secreto pudra. Es mi secreto y no lo diré. O tal vez no exista. Wow, wow, nunca sabremos. Es mi secreto y no lo diré. Al cabo no lo podrás creer. No, no lo siento. Y así me divierto.
So right there, he's saying it's my secret and I won't tell it, or maybe it doesn't exist. Whoa, whoa, right? That's where he does that, and then he says, "We'll never know. It's my secret and I won't tell it. In the end, you won't believe it. No, no, I'm sorry. That's how I have fun." And so, I don't know if anybody has watching this has watched The Chosen, right? I think it's awesome. It's a really great show, really great series about the life of Jesus, right? And so there's a part where one of the disciples says, "Why do you talk like in riddles, right?" And I think it's Matthew who asks him that, and he's like, "Well, you gotta let me have some fun, right?" So Jesus was, like all the other prophets who came before him, Jesus also took up the perspective, and he would say, "Those who have an ear, let them hear. Those who have eyes, let them see." Right? And when they wouldn't understand it, he would get disappointed, ears to hear, but you just can't listen, right? And so up to here, all of this, right? For me, this is just again my perspective. It's Jesus. This is a role of Jesus, right? Taking on this role, the Last Supper. What good would it do it if he just, there's a verse where he asks people. He says, "Who do you say that I am?" He has his disciples. And Peter says, "You are the Son of God." And he says, "That which has been revealed to you wasn't revealed by my own will, but that was revealed through you through God," right? He's like, "I didn't do that. God revealed that to you." So it's all these things, right? And then still, there's doubts, there's all these things, it's up to here, it's having fun, right? Jesus is having fun, you know. What good would it do it, to just perform miracles, in front of Caiaphas and in front of Barabbas, and when they're all, hey, well, let us see a sign, right? When he's before Pontius Pilate, right? It would have been real easy, man, but that's not what he was here for. And so, this is just his way of having fun with it. It's the curiosity. Who is this guy, right? Why is he saying these things? Why is he doing these things? Why does he lay his life down? Why? And this is just his way of having fun. So let's continue where this song is going.
¿De qué me sirve si tú no estás? ¿De qué me sirve tanto misterio? Me abro y no quieres entrar. Una verdad es lo que basta para cerrar a todo aquel que golpee la puerta. Está vacante tu lugar.
Alright, so he says right there in the chorus, he says, "What good is it to me if you're not here? What good is so much mystery? I open myself and you don't want to come in. A gesture is all that's needed to close. To anyone who knocks on the door, your place is vacant." So there's verses where Jesus says, right, like, he's saying, like, "I have gone to my Father's house, and I have gone to prepare a place for you, where there are many mansions. In my Father's house there are many mansions. If it wasn't so, I would have told you." He's saying these things. The disciples are going to ask him, where is it that you're going? And he's saying, like, "I will not drink this cup with you again, not until we drink it at my Father's house," right? This was part of the Galilean wedding tradition. He was speaking on that, letting them know, that I will come back. I'm going to come back for my bride, right? Which is everyone who would believe in him and what he was going to do, what he did, right? And so then there's verses that they say, like, once that in the Galilean wedding tradition, once that the bride gets carried away, she gets carried away, her feet don't touch the ground, which is again, just another a symbolism or metaphor for the rapture. She gets lifted in the air, and then she gets taken to the Father's house, and there she meets the bridegroom, right? And he says, there's like in the Galilean wedding traditions, you would be aware of the signs, look to my coming, there will be signs, and signs maybe at the day was like, maybe seeing lumber contractors, concrete contractors, roof contractors, right? Whatever, he was building a house, he was preparing a place, right? And so right here, you can see, there's verses where he says, once the door is shut, right, um, nobody can come in. He's like, there's gonna be knocking. There's gonna be people knocking, trying to come in. There's a lot of parables. The king who had the son. There's a lot of parables that speak to this, um, and nobody wanted to go to the wedding banquet. Right here, there's in that same parable, he says, there's gonna be a lot of people who aren't gonna come in. They're gonna want to come in, but they cannot. They're just gonna be knocking outside. There's weeping and gnashing of teeth right outside. It's cold. And so right here he's saying, just give me a dang gesture, right? Well, he doesn't say that, right? But here he's saying like a gesture is all that's needed to close this door to anyone who knocks. Your place is vacant, right? In that parable of the wedding feast, right, there was one person who was there who wasn't dressed up in a uniform or something, to attend a wedding, right? To attend the wedding feast. And the king kicks him out, right? So that place is vacant, right? And he's saying all this, he's saying, what good is it to me if you're not here, right? Perhaps is Jesus already prepared the place, right? Maybe this is the perspective, it's already prepared the place. What good is it to me if you're not here? What good is all this mystery, right? I open myself, maybe through this song, maybe through other things, right? And you still won't come in, you still won't believe the message, right? How much more, right? Does he have to do? Perhaps that's what this is. How much more does Jesus have to do? Right? He gave his life. Right? Men, give your lives, lay your lives down like Jesus gave uh, his life for the church. Right? Um, love your wives. He says actually, love your wives like Jesus loves the church. Right? So Jesus loves the church to the point, right, where the church, to a point where like they got him killed. And maybe that's what it takes. Like a woman has to like prove your love to me, sir, right? Die or something, right? I don't know what it was. This is just again, it's just perspective, right? But up to here, it seems like this writer lyricist Jose Madero is talking about is speaking to this, right? And musically, the song is on point. I'm a big fan of Arturo Arredondo, his guitarist. Crows on the drums, Ricky Trevino. I know these guys. I met them, like I said, I met them in person. We got to take pictures. It was pretty cool. Getting to talk to them, getting to see them. They're actually really tall, man. They're really tall. And so, yeah, man. Really good song. The vocals, this guy, Jose Madero, has really great vocals. Everything is on point up to now. The lyrics are amazing. Let's continue. Let's see where this is going. All those little nuances of Arturo Redondo riding the guitar. You can hear that in there. Let me go a little bit back so you can check that out, man.
Cuando el sol ataque, cuando la flor retoñe, cuando haya silencio el cielo limpio esté, que no haya mucha nube, que no haya mucho sol tampoco y mucho ruido.
Alright, so right there he says, I'll be able to do something when the sun attacks, when the flower sprouts, when it finds silence. The sky is clear, let there not be too many clouds, let there not be too much sun and too much noise. This to me is just talking about the rapture, right? Which actually, I think there's a song about these guys that talk about the rapture too. I think it's called Del Rapto y Otros Pormenores, right? So the rapture and other details is what that translates to. You might have to check that out too, man. But right here, right, for me, this is the rapture, right? I'll be able to do something, right? Jesus talking, right? I'll be able to do something when the sun attacks, and then when the flower sprouts, when it finds silence, right? There's verses that say when the what is it the fig tree when the fig tree blossoms again or something like that. Israel was born again in 1948. It's been 70 plus years now, 70 some years actually. It's the time of the birth of Israel again as a nation. We got prophecies that have yet to be fulfilled, Jacob's trouble, and all these things. And perhaps here, Jose Madero is speaking about, rapture details. He's speaking about Christian themes, biblical themes, biblical concepts, right? I could be wrong. Perhaps this song is about nothing. Perhaps this song is just some words that he put together and nothing means anything and everything is just coincidental. But maybe God was using this guy, even if he didn't know it, was using Jose Madero, right, to write this down, and to make some kind of connections, right? I've said before, there's verses in the Bible that say there's nothing new under the sun. Everything that ever will be already has been, right? So here, for me, it's about the rapture. Let's continue to see where this is going.
Quizá el secreto revelaré, mejor adivinanzas. Wow, wow, te voy guiando. Quizá el secreto revelaré, quizá y ya no te importe. No, no, lo siento, se perdió el momento.
All right, so right here he says, well, I'll reveal the secret, better riddles, whoa, whoa, right? And then he says, I'm leading you. He's like, te voy guiando, like I'm guiding you. Maybe I'll reveal the secret, maybe you won't care anymore. No, no, sorry, the moment is lost, right? And so perhaps here it's, right, this is just what I said, Jesus spoke in riddles, it's what fun is it, to just straight up reveal, some thing, that he would have to come and do these things, right? He did perform a lot of miracles, in front of a lot of people, man. 5,000 people, and then 3,000 people, I think, in another one of the miracles that he did, where he fed, multitudes of people. So in front of that many people, performing miracles, raising Lazarus from the dead, all these things, man, right? So here, right, what good does he do it, right? He's like, better in riddles, leave this thing through riddles. But he's like, I'm still gonna lead you. I'm still going to try to guide you. And maybe that's what this is, bro. Maybe through this song, right, he's trying to tell you, hey, look at this. This is also real, This isn't just some fake stuff. This is real. It's very real, man, And then when he says, maybe you won't care anymore. No, no, sorry, the moment is lost. At that point, we know that the Jesus is going to come back. The church age, the age of grace is going to be over. And then comes back, wants the cup of wrath. He drinks that. And it's going to be all hell on earth, right? Basically, you do not want to be alive. It says men will die, right? Men's hearts will fail them for fear of the things that they're going to see, right? That's how bad it's going to be, man. So you don't want to be around for that, right? You don't want to stay around for that. You want to make sure that you get saved before any of this, right? Before any of this time. And it's funny also, when you consider everything else, right? I'm seeing more and more a lot of people coming into Christian things, Christianity, the Bible, right? Questioning things, And it's good to question things, right? Even if you're agnostic or atheistic, right? But you're still questioning, still challenging, right? Something in there, Jesus cannot be stopped, man. Like I said in the video I posted yesterday, if you say that the year is 2025, you're acknowledging Jesus Christ is Lord, right? You can't run away from it. You can't escape it. It's just real, So awesome lyrics up to now. I really love this, right? And I've seen interviews where they interview this guy, right? And they ask him, hey, is this song about this, right? He has one that's called Mi Muñeca Está Llorando, right? That's my wrist is crying. So that's like, when Jesus gets pierced in his hands, right? Like the blood running down, my wrists are crying. We gotta check that out too, man. Probably, this is exciting stuff, man. This is exciting stuff. So now what happened? I mean, what happened? The story was beautiful. Jesus came in, he showed us his love, right? And I'm not trying to diminish that, and I'm not trying to say that these artists are making fun of it. I'm just trying to say perhaps there's something more than meets the eye here, Let's continue. Let's see where this is going.
Todo aquel que golpee la puerta está vacante tu lugar.
right there we go back to the chorus again. He's saying like, "What good is it if you're not here? What good is all this mystery? I open myself and you don't want to come in. A gesture is all it takes to close. For anyone who knocks on the door, your place is vacant." Right? You didn't make it. You didn't make it. Right? And so just send him a sign. Right? That's all he needs. Right? And maybe that sign would be taking the mark of the beast. That would probably do it. That would probably do it. Where it's just like, okay, you don't want anything to do with me, right? You straight up mark your body, right? Good luck. Now you save yourself. See if you can. And so let's continue to see where this is going.
Ya basta por hoy, ese frío, ese viento y nevó, ya no existen cobijas aquí en mi alrededor. Ya basta por hoy, ese frío, ese viento y nevó, ya no existen cobijas aquí en mi alrededor. Aquí en mi alrededor.
So right here he's saying, okay, no, he's saying, oh, that's enough for today. It's cold, it's windy, and it's snowed. There are no more blankets around me. Oh, that's enough for today. It's cold, it's windy, and it's snowed. There are no more blankets around me. Here, all around me, right? This reminds me of one of the parables of Jesus where he says, like, where were you when I was without clothes and you didn't clothe me, right? Where were you when I was in jail and you didn't come visit me? Where were you when I was sick and you wouldn't come see about me, right? Where were you, right? And the disciples come back and they say, well, when did we see you, without clothes? Or when did we see you hungry? Or when did we see you in these things, right? Jesus comes back and says, any of the least you didn't do for these, right? You didn't do it for me, right? But if you did do it unto these, you did it also unto me. And this part is important, man. There's a lot of misconceptions about things, right? The way to get saved is accepting what Jesus did, right? What did Jesus do, right? Understand why he did it, right? These are the questions that you would have to ask, right? You would have the answers to. What did Jesus do? Why did he do it? How did he do it, right? Those basically the 5 W's, right? Who, what, when, where, and why, right? You can answer those questions, and then to know for sure, right? When the test comes, right? Is the Father able to see his Son, Jesus, in you? That's all it is. You get tapped into the vine. The vine, right, is Jesus, right? Now you're producing works, right? Not because you want to be saved, but because you are saved. There's verses that say, you will know them by their works, right? Some people might just have profession. Some people might just be a lot of talkers. Oh, I believe in this, right? But their actions don't follow, right? It's a false profession of faith, right? There's people who don't say anything. They're leading lives a certain way. Test it. I urge you not to, because you're testing Christ directly. Again, like I say, it's very dangerous precedent to do it, man. It's not good to do at all. But you will know them by their fruits. Can they turn the other cheek, right? Do they have forgiveness? Do they have love abounding, right? Unconditional, right? It doesn't matter what you tell them, what you do to them. They're going to come back. They're going to still be there for you. Can you understand it, right? That's the point of it, right? Can God the Father see Jesus in you? Then you're saved, right? That's all it is. That's all it is, right? You wash yourself in his blood, and that's all it is, right? And so right here, it's more of this, it's just taking biblical concepts, putting them into lyrics. I love that. Who knows if this is intentional or not, bro? What I'm picking up, I like it. I'm learning. Maybe the veil has been unveiled from my eyes, bro, and I'm seeing things, right, that weren't there. Maybe I'm schizophrenic, man, right? Hell, I've been to mentals before, right? They've taken me to mentals because I've been saying things, right? People don't like it. Even in mental institutions, man, when I have been, right? When they have taken me, right? And I'm not proud of it, right? Nobody should be proud of that, right? But even there, to still be a force for good, right? And talking to other people and getting to know them and telling them about the word, and about Jesus and stuff, It's awesome, man. It's awesome to bring people to it, Hey, you know what? Like, just turn to him and he's going to get you out of here, So, yeah, let's continue to see where this is going. I feel like I kind of did what Jose Mado's doing here, right? Like, better to be guessing, right? I mean, well, at this point, right? You could play so many cards, man, right? Just to throw people off trails, right? Especially with my story, man. What I've had to go through, what I've had to walk through, right? Shoot, man, I could drive it so far down. It's crazy to it's crazy to be put in that position, right? And recognize a responsibility, right? And I'm not trying to elevate myself above anything here or anything, right? This is just interpretation specifically, right? But what I mean is that even when life sucked, right? I could have given in. It would have been easy. Give up, right? Grow hate in my heart, right? Have violent thoughts, right? But I choose not to. I chose not to. I choose not to. I choose to still love. Why? Because somebody loves me, right? Somebody who's greater than me loves me, right? And that's who I have to be. And it doesn't matter. You could say whatever you got to say, do whatever you got to do, right? And I'm just gonna tell you, like, I hope it's worth it. I hope you find whatever you have to do, whatever it is you have to do to me, I hope it makes you happy, right? And just know that you're not doing it to me. You're doing it to somebody who's greater than me because he's the one who works in me now, right? And it puts people it makes people very, very scared, man. And that's not the intention to do it. Um, it's because you come to a truth, and nothing matters, man. Honestly, like, you just, if this is what's gonna get me home faster, then so be it, right? It's just one of those things, right? Let's finish this off, man. Here we go. I like that background vocals, right? Whoa, you hear like the other bandmates, singing along, right? This song is very catchy, man. It's really good. And you know what, bro? I just noticed, like, this song. I don't know how I'm gonna title it in YouTube, right? Um, and there might be Spanish speaking people who would check this out. Uh, Maybe I should have done this reaction in Spanish. I hope that if you don't understand English, right, I hope you kind of understand what it is I'm trying to say. Again, I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm not saying that I'm correct in my interpretation of this, right? What I'm saying is maybe there's a chance that this is about something more than meets the eye, right? And that's what's awesome. That's what's awesome about art pieces like this, right? Here we go.
¿De qué me sirve si tú no estás? ¿De qué me sirve tanto misterio? Me abro y no quieres entrar. Una verdad, esta que basta para cerrar. A todo lo que golpea la puerta está vacante en tu
Man, like I said, really good song. Awesome vocals, awesome guitars, awesome bass, awesome drums. Lyrically, the music that's there, musically, it's there, it's catchy. I love this song. This song is really good. They have other songs, not just this one. Uh, this guy, Jose Madero, right, is writing on a level that it's just not some superficial stuff, man. It can't be, right? Again, this is just my interpretation of things, right? I have to keep deferring back to that because there might be somebody in the comments who's gonna be offended, right? Oh, it's this guy, what is this about, right? Again, like I say, we're together in an art exhibit, looking at this art piece. I'm telling you what it is I see: the colors, the textures, the lighting, the shading, all these things, right? And I tell you what it is I see. Oh, maybe he used red or green or whatever, for these reasons, right? And it's just my interpretation, right? And I would urge you in the comment section, right? Tell me what it is that you see. Don't Google what this song is about. Don't tell me what Jose Madero said the song was about in some interview, right? What do you see? We're standing together looking at this art piece. What is it that you see? Tell me, right? I think it's awesome to see, I keep saying, to other people's eyes, what it is that they see, right? We respect each other's opinions. It's awesome to look at something, right, and have two different opinions on it. Maybe there's something I miss, man. Maybe there's something I miss, right? Maybe there's some Greek mythology here, some story that I'm not aware of, right? It's because I never read it. You could tell me in the comments, right, what this is about, right? Again, if you speak Spanish and you check this out and you don't understand a word of what I'm saying, I do apologize. I don't know how I'm gonna upload this. I'll figure it out. I hope that you kind of understand what it is I'm trying to say. I do speak Spanish too, you know. So, but I decided to do this in English. This reaction, you know, because right, it's the native, right. I mean, I'm fluent in both, man, honestly. But this channel mostly I'm speaking in English, right? So that's it for now. Again, like I said, let me know in the comments what it is that you see. And yeah, man, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.